Come to the temple, bathe in the presence of love. Let go of the warring, lay down your sword. You've had enough. For I know you're weary, the battle has taken its toll. Illusion is shattering, the veil is rent. You're whole. So come to the fire and lay down the shame of the past. The blaze purifying, revealing your gold at last. You hold the keys now, unlocking your shackles and chains. No longer a prisoner, you are now free and reclaimed. You're reclaimed. Surrender to my trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember, 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 oh, remember, remember, remember who you are. So come to the mystery and give up the stories you know. The path now collapsing, leading us all back to one. No longer divided, fractals united in peace. And it's time to play now like children of love's destiny. Destiny. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember, 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 oh, remember, remember, remember who you are, who you are. You are the light of the world. You are the joy of the earth. You are the love of your life. So remember, so remember, so remember. Remember, 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 oh, remember, 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 oh, remember, remember, remember who you are, who you
okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day, a brand new day, a sunny day. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Oh yeah. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. But that's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, don't worry. It's not the end. It's not the end. If you don't like the government, it's alright. It's not the end. It's not the end. This is the end.
Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one. 1,000 breaths we breathe, but not like this one. 1,000 suns will rise, but not like this one. 1,000 lullabies, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 passing smiles, come on, sing it, but not like this one. 1,000 starlit skies, but not like this one. 1,000 words to choose, but not like this one. 1,000 I love yous, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. With a brand new pair of eyes, so that we may finally see. Yeah. 1,000 cups of tea, 1,000 gifts received, 1,000 fields of green, 1,000 farewells will grieve, and 1,000 lives conceived. Come on, sing it. But not like this one. 1,000 hands will hold, but not like this one. 1,000 stories told, but not like this one. 1,000 beauties to behold, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. Put your hand up on your heart with us right now. 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. So let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community, and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. We have 10 different speakers, different faiths, different perspectives, and we give them a single word topic at the beginning of each 10-week series. And we couple them with 10 different musicians, everybody sends their videos in on their week, and Philip and his team put it together. We do the hellos and goodbyes, and Philip meshes it.
Makes it wonderful.
Makes it beautiful. And produces our Sunday services. So if you would like to join us in this endeavor, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push that donate button. We pay our speakers, we pay our musicians, we pay our tech team. So every bit that you donate helps keep this ball rolling. Thank you.
All right. Tomorrow night, we have finally United in Thanksgiving. Our event at the John the Evangelist Catholic Community in Vieira, starting at 7. And it's a series of events. It's a food drop-off. It's a service, and it's a community social, snacks and kind of a pseudo dinner after. It should be a wonderful evening. Please join us. We're really looking forward to it. Becky and I will be handling the libations for the evening. We'll be handing out water. But come down and see us. Join us for this event. Meet some new folks. Maybe even connect with some folks you already know. It will be a great evening.
If you can't make it or you're not local, it is going to be live streamed on the Interfaith United, so it's interfaithunited.com on their website. Just go down to where you see the ad about the event, United in Thanksgiving, and right under there it says, if you cannot attend, watch the live stream. You just push the button and you'll get right on. So everybody can do that. There's it's going to be a big, beautiful event, and we'll be representing the pod. So if you can make it down there and help us out, that'd be great.
So the second event is the explanation for the incredible amount of scruff that's growing on my face, and the untamed, the what is it called? The manly manicure? Not happening here. There's no trimming or anything. So we're doing No Shave. I say we. I am doing No Shave November, growing hair for folks who can't, that are dealing with cancer, and kind of raising awareness for cancer. And we'll go through all kinds of pictures and craziness and insanity, and we'll do strange things at the end of the month, and it will ultimately be worth it. And I will also put my wife through all that insanity, and she will have so much fun.
No Shave November, love it.
So follow the Foot Guy, and throw some energy towards cancer. Help out, serve, cook some food, run someone to an appointment. It's really the little stuff as opposed to the big dollar donations. It's little things that help folks. So last week we finished up our series on respect, and Sue Bailey and my buddy from Canada, Victor Margado, wrapped up that piece. This week, our Baha'i representative, Dean Martineau, and Donna Frost will begin our series on charity. Next week, we will hear from our shaman perspective. Jerry Nettesheim will bring us that. And Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer will be the musical accompaniment. If you need to get past services, scope out old videos, get notifications on a Sunday morning, or otherwise be tuned in and connected to all things People of Diversity, please find your way to People of Diversity. page or group, ask to join. We will gladly receive you in, and that will give you access to the last 3.5 years of multi-faith, whether it be by faith or by topic. We do a deep dive from 11:45 to 12:15 immediately following the morning service. If you're watching that morning service now, please join us afterwards. If you're not, join us next time for that period afterwards. It's that few minutes after church where we're trying to figure out where to go to lunch and visiting and kind of talking about what just happened. We get to see each other and visit and hang out, and it's groovy. So join us for that. I alluded to it just a second ago, but we have an evening service. It's the same as the morning broadcast, rebroadcasted, and then we pin that to the top of the page. That evening service and that ability to check back and have it pinned there is so that you can come back later on the week at your leisure and check it out or send a friend. After that week, it goes into the archives, and you'll be able to access that from the previously mentioned pod pages or groups. That's all I know.
I know one more thing about United in Thanksgiving. Our dear friend, Rabbi Pat Hickman, is in charge of the program for that event, and our Baha'i representative, who is speaking this morning and this afternoon, will be there as well. He will be one of the speakers. So, if you'd like to meet these people in person, come on out tomorrow night. And it's just really cool that two of our pod speakers are big in this event. So join us. Each week we bless a country, and if you have pictures, facts, ideas, whatever, rumors, we'll take anything about the country that we're blessing next week, send them to the email address below, and we will use them in our country blessing. Next week is India, and I know some of you people out there have been to India. I know this.
We know this.
So this week we are blessing Iceland. Iceland.
I bet it's cold there, hence the ice.
Yes. Iceland is an island in the North Atlantic Ocean near Greenland. It is about the same size as Kentucky, but only has 376,000 people. Not many people want to live in that
ice.
In the ice. But it sounds like a very interesting place.
Cold.
They are 70% evangelical Lutheran and 21% that claim no religion, no specific religion. It is one of the youngest land masses on Earth and one of the last places to be settled by humans. And the Vikings came there from Norway in the 800s. 11% of the landscape is covered by glaciers, hence Iceland.
Ice.
The capital is Reykjavik, and 60% of the people in that country live in that city. 60%. It has one of the lowest crime rates in the world and always tops the safest countries list. Every year it's the safest country in the world. And Iceland is the only member of NATO with no standing army. It is one of the most eco-friendly countries in the world. Almost all of its energy is produced from renewable sources, and the capital city Reykjavik is working toward a goal of being carbon neutral by 2040.
Wow.
Yeah. So here's our last fun fact, and I like this one a lot. 54% of the Icelanders believe in elves. The elves are said to live in the lava fields, and they are called the hidden people. Many of the stories about elves can be traced all the way back to the Vikings. So that's very cool. So let's hold the people of Iceland in our hearts. We know they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. they're already safe.
Hmm.
They want to be abundant. They want to be comfortable. They want their ways of life to be sacred. And we hold them in our hearts. And we say these words together.
May peace prevail in Iceland. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me.
Thank you.
So Miss Donna Frost will not be coming to us from the backyard or the front porch, because by now it is freezing in Tennessee. So somewhere inside her beautiful abode, she will bring us 2 videos on charity. And Dean will be coming from his den, hopefully with the window behind him closed, and will give us a talk on charity. And without further ado, we will see you on the other side.
Hello everybody, Donna Frost coming to you from my house in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And I'll have to apologize right now for no outdoor scenery for you this time around. But it's cold. We had all this beautiful weather for days, and then we had some rain come in, and it's about 34 degrees outside right now, so I'm not going to be playing outside today. And I just got over COVID a couple of weeks ago. I had a round with that, and also had a fall, so I've had all kinds of fun things happen to me. But I'm back. I'm feeling better, and I've been out playing local gigs again the last couple of weeks. In fact, I just got home, literally just got home from playing one today at Nashville Coffee. So I'm all warmed up and ready to sing for you. And our topic is charity. And so I've got 2 songs I want to share with you today. The first one is one that I wrote with my friend Jack Howell, and it's about our homeless friends. I do a lot of work at Room in the Inn in Nashville with our homeless community, and this song is called If It Were You, and it's all about our friends down at the shelter, and this is a season to be thinking about helping others at the holidays and giving, and especially our homeless friends. They need warm places to stay and warm clothes and food, and gotta love on them. So here we go. I met a man today. He was following a dream. He found an open door, but lost his self-esteem. Love was around him, sleeping in his car, but he kept holding on to hope. Someday he got far. What would you do if it were you? Would you give it up or see it through? Nothing lasts forever. Tomorrow is brand new. What would you do if it were you? I made a friend tonight at the shelter downtown, trying to get on the flight after the world had knocked her down. She'd been sick for weeks. It was touch and go for a while. No job, no home, on the streets alone. The pain was in her smile. What would you do if it were you? Would you give it up to see it through? Nothing lasts forever. you do if it were you? Something to think about. We're all just one disaster away from being that person, you know. And another song for charity here. And I wanted to say, just while I have a minute, just the outpouring of love and concern I got from people while I was sick. And I received some charity too. Some people were sent some very nice donations my way while I've been down sick and I had to cancel a lot of work. And it's been something, but I got through it, you know. And with when you have a lot of people in your corner that are there to help you and all, it's such a blessing. And that's what we're all here to do. We're supposed to love and take care of each other when times are hard. And a lot of people are going through a lot of difficulty right now. And financially, emotionally, I mean, the last couple of years with COVID and all the different shutdowns and everything, we've all been through a lot. And so, you know, this time of year is the best time to help and take care of one another, and charity, you know. So I want to share this song with you. And this is one that I wrote. It's on my Quarantine Sessions Volume 2 album. It's called The Love That Lives in Me. And here we go. It's my prayer. Let me be a light in the darkness, a silver lining inside a cloud. Let me bring hope to the hopeless, for as long as I'm allowed. Let me show strength when my body is weary. Let me be bold even when I'm mean. The most of all, let others see the love that lives in me. The love that lives in me. I can't change the world, but I can do my part to share the gifts that I've been given, the ones that come from the heart, to show love and compassion to everyone I meet. Lift others up with the word I say or a song that I sing. Sometimes you can't see good things, you're in so much pain. But if I can help somebody else, my life won't be in vain. Let me be a light in the darkness, a silver lining inside a cloud. Let me bring hope to the hopeless, for as long as I'm allowed. Let me show strength when my body is weary. Let me be bold even when I'm mean. But most of all, let others see the love that lives in me. The love that lives in me. I've had my troubles through the years, crippled by my demons and fears. I just keep so tall, I stayed strong. It was a long, hard battle, but I won the fight. I found my purpose in this life. Now I truly feel like I belong. Sometimes you can't see good things, you're in so much pain. But if I can help somebody else, my life won't be in vain. Let me be a light in the darkness, a silver light inside a cloud. Let me bring hope to the hopeless, for as long as I'm allowed. Let me show strength when my body is weary. Let me be bold even when I'm weak. But most of all, let others see the love that lives in me. The love that lives in me. Let others see the love that lives in me. There we go. for letting me be a part of your service today. And it's always a joy to be with you and spend this time with you. Love and blessings to all of you, and I will see you next time.
Make us as the waves of the sea, as flowers of the garden, united agreed through the bounties of thy love. Oh, Lord, I lead the praise to the sun of thy wonders, of thy wonders. The star shining from the same light of glory. As perfect fruits growing upon the tree of life. Verily thou art the Almighty, the self-subsisting, the giver. Verily thou art the forgiving, the pardoner, the only Son, the
Welcome, pod people, wherever you may be. This is Dean Martineau of the Baha'i community of Melbourne, Florida. Judy Barrett is in the background, finding good videos and helping the program to run smoothly. And we're going to talk today about charity, most especially this time. How will the much vaunted and highly praised idea of charity be affected? How will it be transmuted and transformed under the influence of that cardinal principle of Baha'u'llah, the pivot round which all Baha'i teachings revolve, the teachings that most of us can really agree with, the oneness of humanity, that we are one people. That has a profound effect on how we think about charity and what institutions we build into society to change charity and its character. I want to start out by sharing a passage from the Baha'i writings that, well, I don't know. I think it has I think it reflects on this. See if you agree. It says they, those being the people who follow these teachings, should conduct themselves in such manner that the earth upon which they tread may never be allowed to address to them such words as these: I am to be preferred above you, for witness how patient I am in bearing the burden which the husbandman layeth upon me. I am the instrument that continually imparteth unto all beings the blessings with which he who is the source of all grace hath entrusted me. Notwithstanding the honor conferred upon me, and the unnumbered evidences of my wealth, a wealth that supplieth the needs of all creation, behold the measure of my humility. Witness with what absolute submissiveness I allow myself to be trodden beneath the feet of men. So this to me sets the idea of charity, sets the idea of how we should approach other people with humbleness, with putting their needs before our needs. These are all scriptural truths that we are all familiar with and that we would all agree with. Charity, of course, is a laudable idea, the idea of giving to the poor, the idea of helping those in need, the idea of giving of our substance to others. Some of the current concepts of charity may be a little bit deficient and out of date. Too often, although I think this is changing, charity consists in materialistic notions. We who are materially well off look upon them who are not materially well off. We are obviously superior to them and in better conditions. Well, we will help them. We will give of our material wealth to those people who are materially not well off. There are some problems with this idea. It's entirely based on material well-being. It's entirely a give relationship where we, often without asking them, often without finding out what them want, and without then listening to and acting upon the answers, do things, meet needs. And often, in the case of certainly international relationships, there are lots of strings attached. Oh, nations give all kinds of charity to poorer nations, but then those poorer nations are in debt, and that debt level continues to rise, and so they have to have more debt. So that system is entirely defective, and much other charity is entirely defective also, because it is entirely based on materialism. One faulty notion is that just because somebody has less material well-being does not mean that they do not have much to contribute to our life, much understanding to share that we should actually be seeking and listening to. So while these ideas of charity are gradually under the influence of the teachings of Baha'u'llah, whether consciously or unconsciously, while these notions are giving way to newer notions of charity, still they hold sway in a lot of places, in a lot of situations, and there's still a lot of powerful history for this, and we gain our feelings of goodwill by how much money we give to the poor and how many things we do for the poor. And the problem with that scenario is the poor then are still there. Nothing has changed their circumstance other than the fact that they might have a little more food today. And that's not negligible. I appreciate that. And the people that are doing these kind of services, that's very praiseworthy and very laudatory, because they are indeed helping avoid starvation and discomfort and disease, all of these things. But at the same time, new concepts need to be put into place. The notion of the oneness of humanity, which is where we're going to spend most of our time here, changes how we look upon other people. We are the fruits of one tree, the leaves of one branch, the fingers of one hand. And this teaching of the oneness of mankind, as we talk about pretty much every time I get this the floor in this forum, these have to be animated by the principle of justice. Baha'u'llah tells us that the best beloved of all things in my sight is justice. Turn not away therefrom if thou desirest me. And he goes on to talk about the creation. Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself above another? Ponder at all times in your hearts how ye were created. So this teaching of the oneness of humanity, as it is gradually implemented into human life, will revolutionize the concept of charity. And we will increasingly embrace, with a humble posture of learning, this idea of charity of upbuilding other peoples, with a recognition that we also, we who may be materially well off, need to be upbuilded, need to have our ideas uplifted. There is much clearly in Native American, Native Canadian traditions that we need to learn from, that we could benefit from. With regard to that, as I record this a little before Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving being, of course, a holiday that many peoples, Native and African descended people, look upon it differently than we do, have different ideas of the history that has gone into it. And there's going to be a Zoom session, a Black and Native gathering. You will have missed the first part of it, but then there'll be 3 days of it next Friday through Sunday. What is that going to be, 25th through 27th. And I will give the link to Becky, and maybe she'll post it so that you can register for it. It goes from 1 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time each of those days, and it will not be recorded. So if you think you might want to catch part of it, you may want to join. It'll be worth your while. I want to talk about a Baha'i teaching. I won't go into too much detail about this, but I want to talk about a Baha'i teaching that is reflective of this day of human maturity and is going to have a revolutionary effect on the disparities that exist between rich and poor in the world. This is a notion, the teaching that Baha'u'llah brought to those who choose to follow it, and it is totally voluntary, as you'll see. So, okay, it sort of represents the maturity of how we look at wealth. So we, individuals and families, look at what we need. Whatever that is, nobody tells you what that is. You decide, okay, what do I need? If I have beyond what I need a particular amount, right now that amounts to about $4,000. It's based on the value of gold. Then whatever I have above that, 19% of that excess doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the Creator. We call this the right of God. But nobody's going to ask me to pay this. Nobody's going to ask me to give this to the Creator. And it's only acceptable if I do so, if I give it in a spirit of joy and excitement. And once I give the money to God, that is that portion that is that of God's, the rest of that money is purified. I don't have to give any more of that. That money has now been compensated, whatever, however you want to say it. What's going to happen with this? And then that money goes to the head of the faith for use in whatever charitable undertakings they deem best, whatever undertakings that are going to build up the oneness of humanity. This institution, the Baha'i writings tell us, will revolutionize and will largely remove the disparity between rich and poor that is now growing greater in our world. Because as the wealthy become Baha'is, as they learn about this and that they find that they cannot enjoy their wealth without sharing it, as they become spiritually more enlightened, then they will be pleased to make these payments. And with those payments, the poor, quote unquote, poor, will be elevated. The disparities between rich and poor will be removed, because not so much, in fact, probably not at all, by giving the poor money, but by building systems that will enable people who are less well off to gain wealth. Wealth is necessary in this day. This is a day of riches and wealth, but it must be wealth that is gained through honest labor. The teachings of Baha'u'llah state that work, when done in the spirit of service, is akin to worship. And we will find that while there's always going to be differences among people, there's no such thing as total equality. People are going to be different. People have different capacities and abilities. Some will have more wealth. Some will have less wealth. But even those with the least wealth should all have the ability to eat, serve, contribute, and work. So for the rest of the time, I want to talk a little more about the oneness of humanity, giving you the opportunity to meditate on just what that means and how we will associate with each other and how the notions of charity that are common in our present world will be transmuted. I want to begin with one of my favorite songs with a video, Let All Associate, and then we'll come back and talk more about this a little bit later.
Let all associate, therefore, in this great human garden, even as flowers grow and blend together side by side. Love ye all religions and all races with a love that is true, true and sincere, and show that love through deeds, and show that love. Let all associate, therefore, in this great human garden, even as flowers grow and blend together side by side. The tongue of grandeur hath however in the day of his manifestation proclaimed it is not his to boast who loveth his country, but it is his who loveth the world. Love ye all religions and all races with a love that is true, true and sincere, and show that love through deeds, and show that love. Let all associate, therefore, in this great human garden, even as flowers grow and blend together side by side. Let all associate, therefore, in this great human garden, even as flowers grow and blend together side by side. Even as flowers
inside.
Let me end my portion of this little presentation with a couple of passages from the Baha'i writings about charity that are fit into the framework that we've been describing. Baha'u'llah says, "Charity is pleasing and praiseworthy in the sight of God, and is regarded as a prince among goodly deeds. Consider ye, and call to mind that which the All-Merciful hath revealed in the Qur'an. They prefer them before themselves, though poverty be their own lot, and with such as are preserved from their own covetousness shall it be well." And another rather interesting passage that he says, the essence of charity is for the servant to recount the blessings of his Lord, and to render thanks unto him at all times and under all conditions. We're going to end with a sort of a little meditation. Sorry, the words aren't spoken. If you happen to need that kind of assistance, get a hold of us and we'll make sure you know what this was about and get the text. But a little meditation about the oneness of humanity, and which we can kind of reflect on how charity fits into that framework of life as it will unfold throughout the years and centuries of this blessed age of humanity. And I hope to see some of you in the deep dive a little later if you're listening to this live on Sunday morning. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'll talk to you again.
Thank you, Miss Donna. Amazing inside the house videos as build. Thanks for showing up in our world and being with us from the beginning of this dance. And Dean, you as well. have been with us from the very beginning, supporting this this amazing experiment. Thank you for today, and thank you for all that you give the community at large. We're very grateful for how you show up, sir. Mr. Lupo, the man behind the curtain. Thanks for all you do, Philip. If you have audio, visual, technical needs, in person or virtual, see Philip and his team, and they will make everything in your world wonderful. Deep dive immediately following the morning service from 11:45 to 12:15 precisely. So as not to dig into your day, and also so you know that we'll be there and there'll be a container for it, right? This is that chance for you to visit just a little bit, for us to see each other. We really look forward to it every week, so if you have a few minutes after the service, please join us for that. If you are not watching that service, then you are watching the evening service. It is 5:45, or it is not even Sunday, and you have found it pinned to the top of the page. That's there for you to find it and to send folks back to. After it comes down from being pinned, it goes into archive, and it is available for you there. All the last 3.5 years are all there for your review. Next week, Jerry Nettesheim will be bringing us a talk on charity, and with her will be Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer. Join us for that.
If you would like to help with this project?
Experiment.
Project. We've gone past experiment.
I think you're right,
yeah. Go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push that donate button in the middle of the page. Everything that we get goes to our musicians and to our speakers and to Philip and his team to keep this train running. So right now we want to just take a minute, close our eyes, take a breath. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the love, for the abundance, for the knowledge, for the wisdom that is the pod. All of these ripples that come from our awesome speakers and our awesome musicians that send everything out into the world, and we know that we are making big ripples, and we are spreading that message of love and compassion for all people, regardless of if they have our exact viewpoints or perspectives, that we are all on the same path, and there are many paths to one divinity, and we say thank you.
Amen.
Okay, don't click off. We are going to do our energetic healing circle. Think about all of the people that are watching right now. Send your energy out to them. We are holding energy hands in this circle. We're going to listen to the last song and bring to mind anyone in your life that needs some special love or some healing this week. I want to gently put Donna Frost in the center of our circle. She's been having some health challenges this past couple of weeks, and she's feeling better, but we want to put her in there because she's such a big part of this effort. And so bring all those people to mind. Close your eyes, listen to the song, send your healing energy and your love out, and open up because it's coming around, and get some on you. And we will see you next week or tonight or whenever we see you. We love you. Thank you so much.
Have a great week.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you.